Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this video, we will project a 3D model on top of our image target, and after this, we will add some animations to this 3D model. So let's start with our image target customization. So guys, as you can see, inside the scene panel, we already have this image target, and on top of this image target, we will add the 3D model. Now, instead of adding 3D game objects like the cube, sphere, capsule or the cylinder on top of this image target, we will add some 3D models which are present inside the Unity's asset store. Okay. So I'll click on this asset store option. Okay, and as you can see, the asset store tab is neighboring to the game tab. If the asset store tab is not available over here, then you can click on Windows, and after this you can click on the asset store option from here. Now, the asset store is a place from where Unity developers can download 3D models, scripts, sound and other Unity assets which they can use inside the Unity project. Now, the 3D model which we will use is called Barbarian Warrior. So in the search field, I'll type Barbarian. Now, this Barbarian model is basically a free asset. So I'll click on free only. After this, I'll scroll down. And as you can see, this is the asset which I'll be using, so I'll click on it. Next, to import this asset inside our AR1 project, I'll scroll down and I'll click on this import button. Okay. Now guys, I've already downloaded this Barbarian Warrior model inside my other projects, so that's why I'm getting this import button over here. But if you're downloading this Barbarian Warrior model for the first time, then instead of seeing an import button, you will get a download button over here. So I'll click on the import button to import it. After this, I'll again click on the import button. And as you can see, the Barbarian model is getting imported inside my AR1 project. And so guys, the Barbarian Warrior 3D model is imported inside my AR1 project. Next, if I click on the assets folder, then as you can see, we now have this new folder called as Barbarian. Okay, and if I open this folder, then inside the models folder, we have this Barbarian Warrior asset. Okay, so I'll click on the scene panel, and after this, I will drag this Barbarian model inside the hierarchy, and I'll make this Barbarian model a child of the image target. Okay, so I'll drag the Barbarian model and I'll make it a child of the image target. And as you can see, the scale of this Barbarian model is way too big when compared with the image target. Okay, so I'll select the 3D scale tool, and after this I'll select this middle cube and I'll reduce the scale of the Barbarian model. And after projecting the Barbarian model on top of our image target, next I'll click on the AR camera. After clicking on AR camera in the previous versions of Vuforia, we had to set the world center mode to camera, and inside Vuforia configurations, we had to manually activate the databases by clicking the activation checkbox. If this checkbox was unchecked, then the databases won't activate and the 3D models won't be visible on top of the image target. In the latest Vuforia version, that is 7.2.20, there are some minor changes. So if you are using Vuforia version 7.2.20 or above, then in the world center mode, there is no camera option. Instead, you have to select the device option. If you're using Vuforia version lower than 7.2.20, then you will see a camera option, but I'll suggest you to update to Vuforia version 7.2.20 or above. Next, inside Vuforia configurations, you do not need to activate your databases manually by checking the checkbox, as Vuforia now activates and loads databases as soon as the databases are imported inside Unity. So after explaining you this, let me share one more thing. So in the remaining applications as well, please make sure that you set the world center mode to device instead of camera. I won't be adding small videos like these in between existing videos as it may disturb your working flow. But I'll try to add a short note before each video where this world center mode change has to be made. So after explaining the short update related to world center mode, next I'll click on the play button. And as you can see, we are now able to see this Barbarian model on top of our image target. If I rotate the book, then as you can see, the Barbarian model is also moving. Okay, so I'll come out of play mode, and after this, let's add some animations to a Barbarian model. So to animate this model, I'll first select it. After this, inside the inspector panel of the Barbarian model, I'll click on this select button. Next, I'll select this rig option, and inside the rig option, I'll change the animation type from humanoid to legacy. I'll then click on the apply button to apply changes. After this, I'll click on the animation tab, and inside this animation tab, you can see the list of animations which are present inside this Barbarian model. So if I click on the walk animation, and after this if I click on the play button, then as you can see, this is how the Barbarian model walks. If I select the round kick animation and if I click on the play button, then as you can see, this is how the Barbarian model performs a round kick. Okay, so I'll pause this for the time being. Okay, so I'll basically select this round kick animation for the Barbarian model. Okay, so with the round kick animation selected, I'll scroll down and I'll change this wrap mode from default to loop so that the Barbarian model performs this round kick animation in a loop. So after changing the wrap mode to loop, I'll click on the apply button to apply changes. Next, I'll click on the Barbarian model again, and now inside this animation component, I'll change the animation from ideal to round kick. After, I'll click on this round circle on the extreme right hand side, and after this I'll change the animation from ideal to round kick. So guys, after making these changes, next I'll again click on the play button, and this time as you can see, the Barbarian model is performing round kicks. And since we have set the round kick animation in a loop, you can see the Barbarian model is performing the round kick animation continuously. So guys, that's it from this video, and I'll see you in the next video.